Isobel Baillie became closely associated with several other English works, the Elgar oratorios, the Apostles and the Kingdom, for example, which she sang many times with the composer conducting. But she didn't confine herself to British music. One of the highlights of her career came in 1937, when Toscanini asked her to give him an audition and then engaged her to sing in a performance of Brahms's Requiem, which contains one of the most difficult soprano solos of its kind. The great conductor was so pleased that he invited her to sing in his two 1938 London performances of Beethoven's Choral Symphony. "She sings right in the middle of the note with no wobble," he said. She sang in the Choral Symphony conducted by Bruno Walter and by Victor de Sabata, too, and also in the first performance of it in the rebuilt Free Trade Hall in 1951 when Barbirolli conducted. A singer with whom she often shared the platform in Messiah and other oratorios at that time was the late Kathleen Ferrier. I asked Miss Baillie for her memories of that now legendary personality.
Well, I knew Kathleen in her very early days, you know. She did her first Messiah with me. And when she came out afterwards into the artist's room, which we were sharing, she said, "Well, Isobel, that was my first complete Messiah." I said, "You needn't worry, Kathleen, it won't be your last." Great sense of humour, but so anxious to get on. I sometimes thought perhaps she was too anxious. She wasn't enjoying it as much as I'd enjoyed my progress, shall we say, because it was all in such a hurry. I remember meeting her once, and I said, "Well, how are you, Kath?" She said, "I'm so busy, Isobel, there's so much to learn."
Isobel Baillie and Kathleen Ferrier recorded some duets together in 1945. Here's their performance of Purcell's "Shepherd, Leave Decoying." "1938 was a memorable year for Isobel Baillie besides her appearances with Toscanini. It was also the year of Sir Henry Wood's Golden Jubilee as a conductor, and for the big celebration concert in the Albert Hall in October that year, Vaughan Williams composed his Serenade to Music, a work which is unique in the annals of music in that it contained parts specially written for 16 of the outstanding British singers of the day. He inscribed the parts in the score with their initials, and the part marked I.B. contains some of the loveliest of this music set to Shakespeare's words. Knowing the absolute security and the high floating quality of Isobel Baillie's voice, Vaughan Williams could safely entrust to her the important high passage at the words "soft stillness and the night become the touches of sweet harmony." Luckily, a few days after the performance, Sir Henry Wood and the 16 original singers were able to come together again to make this historic recording.